More training doesn't mean more muscle. For most people, it means the opposite. There's a point where training stops building your body and starts breaking it down. Most people never reach it by accident. They reach it on purpose because they think more is always better. More sets, more sessions, more intensity. But your body doesn't work that way. In this video, I'll show you exactly what overtraining does to your body on a hormonal and muscular level, the 5 warning signs most people completely ignore, what the science actually says about training frequency, and the simple adjustments that fix this without losing your progress. Let's start with what overtraining actually means, because most people use the word wrong. Overtraining syndrome is a documented medical condition. It's not just feeling tired after a hard week. It happens when your total training load, volume, intensity, and frequency combined, consistently exceeds your body's ability to recover. There are actually 2 stages. The first is called functional overreaching. This is short-term fatigue that goes away with a few days of rest. Most serious lifters hit this occasionally, and it's not a problem. The second stage is non-functional overreaching, where performance drops and doesn't come back even after a full week of rest. Push past that, and you enter full overtraining syndrome, where recovery can take weeks or even months. The problem is that the line between productive hard training and overtraining isn't always obvious. And by the time most people realize they've crossed it, they've already been stuck for weeks. So how do you know if you're overtrained right now? Here are the 5 most reliable signs. Sign 1. Your performance is going backwards. You're lifting less than you did 2 weeks ago. You feel weaker, not stronger. This is the clearest signal your body is not recovering between sessions. Sign 2. You're exhausted even after a full night of sleep. 8 hours and you still wake up tired. That's not laziness. That's your central nervous system telling you it hasn't recovered. Sign 3. You keep getting sick. Overtraining directly suppresses immune function. If you're catching colds more often than usual, or small illnesses are lasting longer than they should, your immune system is under stress. Sign 4. Your mood and motivation are off. You feel irritable, low, or just mentally flat. This isn't in your head. Overtraining raises cortisol and lowers testosterone, and that hormonal shift directly affects mood, focus, and drive. Sign 5. Muscle soreness that won't go away. Normal soreness lasts 24 to 48 hours. If you're still sore 72 or 96 hours after a session, and the next session starts before the last one has cleared, your muscles are not recovering. You're training on top of damage, not on top of repair. This isn't just gym talk. The research is clear. A 2012 review published in Sports Health found that overreaching can reduce performance by up to 10% within just 2 weeks of excessive training. A position statement from the European College of Sports Science confirmed that full overtraining syndrome can require months of reduced training to reverse, not days. Here's what's important to understand. Your muscles don't grow during training. They grow during recovery. When you train, you create damage. When you rest, your body repairs that damage and builds back slightly stronger. Cut the recovery short, and you get the damage without the adaptation. You're breaking down tissue and never giving it the chance to rebuild. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, rises during training. That's normal. But in an overtrained state, cortisol stays elevated chronically. And chronically elevated cortisol suppresses testosterone, breaks down muscle tissue, increases fat storage, and impairs sleep quality. It's the exact opposite of everything you're training for. So what do you actually do about it? First, if you recognize 3 or more of those 5 signs, take a full deload week immediately. Drop volume by 50%, reduce intensity, keep moving but stop pushing. 1 week will not cost you your gains. Chronic overtraining will. Second, look at your weekly structure. Most natural lifters, people training without pharmaceutical support, make their best progress with 3 to 5 training sessions per week, with at least 1 full rest day between intense sessions. More than that is only productive if your nutrition, sleep, and stress management are all dialed in. Third, take sleep seriously. This is where the majority of muscle repair happens. Growth hormone peaks during deep sleep. If you're training hard and sleeping 5 or 6 hours, you are actively working against yourself. 7 to 9 hours is not optional. It's part of the training plan. Fourth, track your performance. Not just what you lifted, but how you felt. If you notice 2 or more consecutive weeks of declining performance, that's your early warning system. Catch it early, and a few extra rest days fixes it. Ignore it, and you're looking at months of stalled progress. The goal is never to train as much as possible. The goal is to train as effectively as possible. And effective training always includes enough recovery to actually adapt. If this helped, subscribe and ring the bell. New video every Sunday.